Today on the Stay at Home Chef, I'm showing you how to make Boston cream pie cake. Boston cream pie cake is one of my favorite cakes of all time. You have layers of yellow cake with a pastry cream in the middle and then a chocolate ganache surrounding it. It is so delicious. Today I'm going to show you how to make it all completely from scratch. It's a lot easier to make than you might think. To start, we'll need to make our yellow cake layers. You'll need half a cup of softened salted butter, half a cup of vegetable oil, and 1.5 cups of sugar. Cream this all together. After about a minute of mixing, your mixture should be nice and smooth and creamy. Next, we're going to add in all of our wet ingredients, starting with 1.5 cups of buttermilk. Buttermilk will help your cake to rise and be more light and fluffy. If you don't have buttermilk, you can always use a buttermilk substitute. You'll also need 3 large eggs and 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. Beat this in. It takes about 30 seconds to mix that in. Then we can add in our dry ingredients. You'll need 4 teaspoons of baking powder. And I just sprinkle that over the top. Half a teaspoon of salt and 3.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Then you just want to mix this until it's just combined. You don't want to overmix this, only mix it until everything is just incorporated and use a rubber spatula to make sure that the sides and bottom all get incorporated as well. Then divide your batter as evenly as possible between 2 9-inch cake pans. Then we're going to bake these in a 350-degree oven for 25 to 30 minutes in the center of the oven. Next, we're going to make the pastry cream, which will be the filling in between our 2 layers. Start by pouring 2 cups of whole milk into a large saucepan, along with a 1/4 cup of sugar, and get it heating over medium heat. Give it an occasional stir with a whisk, and you'll want to increase the frequency of your stirring as the mixture starts to heat up. You want to bring this to a simmer. Meanwhile, in a small mixing bowl, mix together 2 egg yolks with 1 whole egg, 1/3 cup of sugar, and a 1/4 cup of cornstarch. You want to whisk this really well so that it's all combined. It should end up a nice creamy yellow color. Then we're going to take this back over to the stove. We're going to take our hot simmering liquid and pour a little bit of it directly in with our eggs while whipping them with our whisk. Then put this back on the heat and pour this into the mixture. You want to whisk this vigorously until the mixture thickens, which will take less than a minute. Then turn off the heat and add in 2 tablespoons of butter and a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and whisk that until the butter is melted. And yes, I totally did just pour that vanilla right over my fingers. And then you'll transfer this all to a bowl. Now, your pastry cream is actually done and completely edible at this point. It just needs to chill for a few hours. However, I have one little trick that I want to share with you to prevent a film from forming on the top. Take a piece of plastic wrap and gently press it down onto the top directly on the pastry cream and then up the sides. This will prevent a film from forming on the top of the cream while it refrigerates. Place this into the fridge for at least 4 hours until it's completely cooled. After 4 hours, you can remove the plastic wrap and you have yourself pastry cream. Once our cakes and our pastry cream are both completely cooled, we can start assembling our cake. Place a wire cooling rack down onto a baking sheet, and then you're going to place your cake circle on top of that. This setup is great if you want the ganache to drizzle down the sides. It makes it a lot easier to transfer it all to a cake platter once you have the ganache on top. If you just want the ganache to stay right on the very top and not drizzle down the sides, you can totally skip this setup and just set up on a cake platter. We'll place the first cake layer down, and then we'll take that pastry cream and spread it on top as the filling for our cake. Now, my cakes always bake just a little bit flat, so if you need to level yours, make sure you go ahead and do that before putting on the pastry cream. Then we'll place the second layer upside down on top of that. Next, we need to make our chocolate ganache. Measure out 8 ounces of chocolate chips and pour them into a large bowl. Then, over on the stove, bring 1 cup of heavy cream to a simmer. Pour the simmering cream directly over the chocolate. But don't touch the chocolate quite yet. You want to let it sit for 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, you can see that the chocolate has melted a little bit, which makes it a lot easier to combine it with the heavy cream as you stir. It takes about a minute of stirring to get that smooth, velvety chocolate perfection that we're next going to drizzle over our cake. Just pour it over the top of the cake, and then I use a rubber spatula to spread it out. Just pop this cake into the fridge and let the chocolate harden up, and then you are ready to slice and serve. Thanks for watching. You can find the full written recipe in the video description. Be sure to subscribe, like, and follow, and check out the rest of my videos where you can find hundreds of restaurant quality recipes you can easily make at home. See you later.